Hi, welcome to Fiberchats. My name is Irina. I'm the host here. My guest today comes from Cairo, Egypt, Abanoub Demian. Welcome to my
Hello, how's
channel.
it going?
Good, how are you? So
I'm great.
you told me that you are a medical student.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, that's an intense kind of study. How do you find time to crochet?
I have an exam coming up the next week, and I'm a little stressed now. But crochet actually helped me with the stress of being a medical student. It helped me to release my stress. Like I like just to crochet and like shut down my brain and don't think about anything. So except if I'm doing a project that requires counting, then I can't shut down my brain.
Right.
But it's actually helpful with anxiety that comes with the territory of being a med student.
Well, tell me
It's a
how
very.
you learn how to crochet. When did you learn to crochet?
I think I started learning in middle school. My family is full of crocheters. Like everyone in my family literally crochet and knit and all this fiber art stuff. So the one who taught me was my aunt. She's like very experienced crocheter. She's been crocheting for like over 30, 40 years. I don't know, but she's like. So I saw her doing her thing, and I was like very intrigued by it. I like asked her, "Could you teach me?" And she was like very welcome to the idea. She taught me the basic stuff, how to chain, how to make a single crochet, a double crochet, all the basics crochet stuff. And then I started following like YouTube tutorials and online stuff. Actually, it's like this generation is very lucky because we can learn like stuff on the internet very easily.
Right.
The resources are available everywhere. Like I think in the past they used to go like to embroidery school and like look at books and magazine. Now like everything is like one click away from your finger.
Well, do you remember some of your first projects that you were crocheting?
So at the beginning, like I wasn't doing. I will get into amigurumi later, but at the beginning I was doing the regular crochet cardigans, pullovers, table covers, all this like regular 2D stuff. Like I didn't think about dolls or toys or anything. I think my first project was like I don't know, like I have a tendency not to complete my projects. Like I start them and not finish, so that's a struggle. But I think it was like a table cover, but I don't have it right now. I think I gifted it to one of my friends.
Well, when you think about crochet, like your beginning crochet, were you making things for yourself or was it mostly gifts?
Mostly gifts. The only thing I keep to myself is clothing. Like I like to make my clothes. It's very fun. But it's fun when you give them to someone because like I don't have so much space in my room. I can't keep all the stuff I make, so like just give them away, and people get so happy and impressed by it. So like it's a win-win situation. Yeah.
Well, when you think about growing up a boy in Cairo, like was there people who were like making fun of you that you were crocheting, or is it widely accepted that men crochet in Egypt?
It's definitely not accepted, but like the stereotypes are everywhere. Like, but I'd say in Egypt it's more severe or like more not accepted thing, knitting or fiber art as like feminine thing. But actually, my experience wasn't terrible at all. Like, I never received the criticism. All the people around me are very supportive and very impressed when they learn that I crochet. So I guess that has something to do that I chose when I made my Instagram page, I chose to make the content in English because I know other male crocheters in Egypt who like receive tons more of hate than me because they like post things in Arabic and stuff. So I think it was I dodged the bullet when I decided to post my content in English.
Right.
But my personal experience wasn't terrible at all. Like no one, I don't remember a single hate comment that affected me or anything. Like, and my people in my close circle and my people who know me in real life, like are very supportive of it.
Right. Well, when you said that your family is very crafty and like they're knitters and crocheters, is that wildly spread thing in Egypt? Like, are there a lot of knitters and crocheters? Is it a large community?
The new generations are not, it's not known things for the new generation, but old people, like most people who are like from the past generation are like very talented at this stuff. Like they are Like it amazed me how good they are. So it's not a common thing in our generation to do crochet or knitting.
Right. I mean, what resources did they have? Were there like magazines, books before the world of YouTube? How did they learn?
Uh, I'm not sure, but I know I see so many magazines. They have tons of magazines and resources. Actually, my grandma went to embroidery school, I think,
Okay.
and where she learned all this stuff. So it's either you go to school or you learn from like your parents or your mom, and you just buy magazines and do the patterns.
Right. I mean, did they teach you any kind of handcrafts in school?
Um, in Egypt, I think like the most common form is like drawing. Like I don't think boys were taught some. I think maybe some school teach girls, but like I don't think they teach boy knitting and crocheting and stuff.
Right. Well, tell me about your discovery of amigurumi. Like, what made you decide to make that first toy?
So it's actually like an interesting story. I was on YouTube. I was like following another pattern for a normal crochet project. And on my suggestions, I saw an amigurumi tutorial, which like grabbed my attention. I was like, how can you do this with crochet? I didn't understand that you can make these shapes, like 3D stuff. Like that idea didn't cross my mind before. So it was very intriguing, but I have a tendency to like, if I see something and I don't understand it, I automatically assume it's super difficult and super complicated. So I thought it's gonna take tons of time to learn how to do this. So like I saved the video and like it was an idea in the back of my mind for a long time, but I didn't actually try it until last year where I made my first project. It was a very tiny white rabbit. It was very cute, but I don't have it also. I gave it away to a friend. But yeah, it's like I saw it on my YouTube recommendation, and that's how I like the idea of amigurumi entered my radar. And I didn't know it existed before.
Well, you like sort of contradict yourself because you're saying that when you see something you don't know, you assume it's difficult, but then you go and you start making those tiny amigurumi. Like, I mean, it's much
Uh,
easier when it's about yarn.
yeah, I get your point. Yeah. So actually, I started doing tiny amigurumi. It's a very funny story. I always get questions or comments about in my on my work on Instagram, and all those people asking me what size hook you use, what yarn size you use. And the short answer is I don't know, which is pretty embarrassing. So I will tell you how I don't know. The hook I have isn't mine. It was my grandma's hook. After she passed away, I saw this very tiny, super tiny hook that didn't have a number on it. So I don't know what size it is. I guess it's smaller than 1 millimeter. That's a guess. I'm not sure. So I took it and I started working with it. It's my favorite hook, and I don't know what size it is. But so I don't know how to answer this question. People ask me like what size hook you use or this, but like I like tiny stuff. Like I get attracted to any tiny stuff. That's like a personal preference. And also I don't know this like life hack, but super thin yarn. It's not yarn for crocheting. It's for embroidery. I think
Right.
it's so much cheaper than regular crochet yarn. So
Oh,
like
interesting.
I like making tiny stuff, and like it's very affordable to do also. Yeah.
Is there like a good variety of yarns in Egypt in general?
I wouldn't say so. Like we have brands that we import from other countries, like the art yarn, I think,
Mhm.
or allies. I don't know how it's pronounced. And we have also local brands that I use. I honestly use my Egyptian cotton yarn. I don't use foreign yarn, but like I don't say there is much of a variety. Like the options are very limited, but it's working. Like I can do any project I want, but like I see like Joanne's and other like international yarn places, and we don't have those in Egypt.
Right. I mean, you mentioned that you don't have that much space, and that's one of the reasons why you gift all the stuff. How did your yarn stash change over the years?
Uh, First of all, I don't have a yarn stash. I buy the yarn and I do the project with it, and that's the end of the story. Like I don't store it. But now that I do amigurumi, and actually the size of the yarn balls are much smaller because it's the yarn is very thin. So I actually bought like a cupboard, or I don't know how to describe it, like a kind of a wardrobe for like all my yarn balls, and it's getting huge, like it's getting scary.
Well, you have this thing that you debunked like the idea of AI crochet on Instagram.
Mm.
So you see something that people think it's crochet, but you say it's not. Tell me how that became a thing.
Uh, I had the idea when I was scrolling one day. I like to see what's going on in the crochet world, what's new and stuff. So I saw an AI. I don't know if like me, because I crochet for like a long time, I can recognize it, but I think most people like can recognize it. So I saw a post like showing AI Amigurumi that has like 10,000 likes and like tons of comments saying how impressive this is, and people were like so shocked by how delicate and how detailed it is. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is not real. Like it was very annoying to me to see the people like I spend like tons of like so much time to make a piece, and just some random person can like go to an AI website and create a photo in 2 seconds and get this much attention. Kind of irritated me. So, so I decided to make a reel about it, talking about this subject. And I also like I actually made a game on my stories like where I post a photo and make a poll if my followers think if it's AI or real, like to see how can people recognize this stuff. And I decided to take like the idea to the next step, and I decided to recreate AI stuff, like design it based on the AI picture, which is actually this is what my made me kind of blow up. It's not a really blow up, but like this is my most like popular videos, like turning AI photos into real versions.
I mean, how difficult is it when you look at the picture created by AI and you're trying to recreate it in real life?
Uh, I think I'm better. Like I'm good at designing. Like I think it's one of my strong points as a crocheter is that I can design, but like it takes time. Like I think like designing not based on a picture is much easier because you are like hold the whole creative direction. You can decide what you're gonna do, what's gonna go there, and what's you're not gonna do. But following like an AI picture is like more annoying because some things that AI do like you can't replicate in real life, or it's gonna be so difficult to replicate. So you have to come up with creative solutions. Like, yeah.
Give me an example of like how do you spot AI? Like for people who are not crocheters and they just easily impressed by pretty picture, like how do you spot it?
I'd say like okay, if there is like actually real tips, like you can see that the stitches doesn't look real. And I think a non-crocheter wouldn't realize that. But I've noticed like one tip that always tell me that the background is always blurry in these pictures. Like, I don't know if it's like 100% accurate, but like I've noticed like most of AI crochet, the background is blurry, and also there is only one photo of the project. There is no photos from different angles, like only one photo, and usually doesn't contain like a human hand or something. It's just the doll and one angle. No, like if I see like three angles of the project, I think it's not AI immediately. And also, like if you are a crocheter or have a crochet experience, you're gonna like notice how the stitches doesn't look real, how everything looks smooth. Like it's not natural. Like it doesn't look real to me.
Well, tell me about like one of the projects that you recreated from AI.
So I actually like created 3 projects up till now. I'm planning to continue doing that, but like my first one was Aladdin, and people loved it. It was great. Like it was like my first. The algorithm chose me for the first time to show my content to people. It was like great. Then I did like Jasmine, so just to complete the set, yeah, Aladdin and Jasmine, like it's a must. So Jasmine video is my most popular video actually. Like it got so much love. So I decided like to take it to the next step and create actually complicated stuff. Like my last part was the AI witch, which is I'd say like took the most effort and time. But the algorithm decided not to show it to anyone. So it's actually annoying. Like when you put the most effort into something and it receives the least amount of attention. But we all know how Instagram works, so it's okay.
Man, it's unpredictable. Like my most popular reel is literally like the stupidest reel I ever posted.
Yeah, that's how it works literally. Like the less effort you put, the more reach it's gonna go. I've noticed that. I actually have some of my work next to me. I could show you like the
Yeah, please.
latest which I made. I don't know if the camera is catching it right.
Yeah.
Here she is. This is you can find the AI picture on my account if you want to check it out. So this is based on an AI picture, and it was this one took the most effort out of the three. Yeah. So like, go give it a like, guys.
Yeah, you know what to do. I'm gonna put all the information about Abanoub in the description of this video. So give him a follow on Instagram and put a couple likes there.
Yeah,
Check out all
thanks. I
the work.
really appreciate it.
Well, what do you like? Tell me about your day. Like, how much time do you have to crochet?
It depends on like if I have upcoming exams. Like I told you, I have an exam next week, so I don't crochet at all in this period. But after exam seasons, I can like crochet like 3 to 4 hours a day. I actually like using the tiny hook like hurts my hand a little, so I don't like go for like 10 hours crocheting. So either just 3 4 hours a day while listening to a podcast or watching anything, like that's my crochet routine.
Have you ever considered, since you're learning to become a doctor, to talk about the ergonomics of crocheting and giving tips to people of how to prevent injuries?
So I actually have no idea about this topic, but I want to research it like in the future. But like uh, I haven't thought about it. It's a good idea actually. I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, because I know, like for knitters, there is a brilliant book by Carson Demers. It's called Knitting Comfortably. So I wonder
Yeah.
if maybe that's in the works for you to put something about crocheting comfortably.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I will look into it definitely. Actually, yeah, I've heard there's some stretches and some exercise you probably should do before starting crocheting to prevent like getting arthritis and carpal tunnel and this stuff. So yeah, I will look into it definitely.
When your relatives look at the things you create now, are they blown away? Like, did they predict that teaching you couple chains and single crochet and double crochet can bring you into what you're creating now?
So actually, yeah, I forget to mention like I'm the only one who does amigurumi in my family. Like they do clothing and regular crochet stuff. So it was a new thing to them. Like you can actually do this with crochet. It was like their mind was blown. But yeah, actually, when I told them the price of the first doll I sold, that's when they actually like started getting excited about that they taught me crochet. And I'm actually very grateful. Like I do it as a hobby. It's not a business for me. Like I don't write patterns, but I plan in the future. But like I just do it to because I like doing it. That's it.
Is it hard to price your things like when you create something?
Oh, that's a real struggle. Like, let me tell you, people here in Egypt like don't appreciate handmade stuff. Like they assume it takes no time or it's easy or anything. So I actually like had chats with other Egyptian crocheters and we talk about pricing and stuff. And like I learned from them how to they calculate their prices and that's how the methods I use. It's like the numbers of hours timed by the hour it takes plus the price of the material. So, but yeah, people not doesn't appreciate that at all, and I get like a lot of rude DMs in my on Instagram, like people surprised by the price. But like, I actually like, don't see it as a bad thing because I don't have much time. I don't have much time to make a lot of orders and stuff. So it's nice to have very few customers.
Right. Do you crochet on the go? Do you crochet like when you have a break at school or something? Do you crochet outside?
No, actually, I only crochet in my house. It's not common to see people in public places crocheting. It's not like in the Egyptian culture. Like I've never seen anyone in like in a transportation on a train or anything. I've never seen anyone crocheting in public, so I could do it, but I would get a lot of weird looks. Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
saw some people in my university crocheting in like everywhere, so I need to start a crochet club there, honestly.
that's not a bad idea, to popularize it. And I think like when
Yeah.
people understand when they try it themselves, right? When they understand how much time goes into creating something like you do, it brings the appreciation up, right? Like this is the easiest way to make somebody appreciate what you do is to teach them those skills.
Yes, exactly. Like make it yourself. Like
Right.
yeah, I was saying like many people that I meet, the first words they tell me like teach me how to do it. Like many people are very interesting in learning crocheting and knitting and stuff. So I might make a tutorial.
Well, do you think about like putting a book together with all your patterns?
It's an idea that crossed my mind many times, but like it takes time and so much effort. Like I tried writing patterns. I have like 2 patterns that I wrote, and it takes so much time to like organize the pattern and the pictures and everything. So it could happen, but not like with my current lifestyle. I don't have that kind of time.
I mean, do you think you're gonna have more time to crochet once you're a doctor?
I don't think so. Maybe when I'm retired, I read some books.
Well, something to look forward to, right? Retirement
Yeah,
self.
like in 40 years or something, you'll get a book.
Right. How planned are you in your projects? Like, while you're making a current thing, are you already thinking about the next project? Or is it like whatever inspiration strikes, you start something and then you think about the next thing?
How I choose my project, it's actually a very random process. Like I see something I like and I'm gonna do this. And sometimes I see something I like while doing something. So, like I leave the first project and start into the second project, and I usually don't finish the first one. Like it's a very bad habit I have. Like whenever I see something I like, I wanna do it immediately.
Well, if you had to estimate how many unfinished projects flying around your apartment,
Currently around like I'd say 3. One of them is actually a knitting project, surprisingly.
how did you learn how to knit?
The same way I learned how to crochet, my family members taught me. Like after a while, after I got the hang of crocheting, I was like, I should learn knitting. Like it's a package. Like I should learn both. But I actually haven't reached like an advanced level in knitting. Like I'm a beginner. Like
Well, what do you like about crochet versus knitting? What's your feeling like? What's closer to your heart?
crochet, definitely. Like it's because I learned it first of all, and like. I reached a point where my hand is like working on its own, like it's a passive motor skill. I don't have to think about it. So like when you reach that level, it becomes fun, like to crochet. Like you just see the stitches making themselves. So it's a very fun thing. Like, but knitting, I have like to think what I'm gonna do next, where I'm gonna go. Like, it's still confusing to me a little bit. So I don't like maybe when I spend more time and energy on knitting, I love it more. But currently, I'm a big crochet fan.
Have you ever tried knitting dolls?
Knitting what?
Dolls, like toys.
Um,
Doing
I
the
actually don't
same
think if that
thing.
exists. Like I haven't seen. I saw like a dog made with knitting, but I don't know. Like it's not a popular thing. I think like crochet is known for amigurumi. I don't think there's equivalent in knitting. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe correct me.
There are some, I mean, I know that there are a lot of books about like different breeds of dogs that you can crochet, knit. Then there are like all different toys that you can knit. Like I know it
Mhm.
exists. I haven't knit
But
toys myself either.
yeah, it need to get more popular because I haven't heard about it before. So like definitely people need to learn that this exists.
Well, you're talking about like two crafts, right? That you know right now. Do you see yourself going into weaving, spinning, I don't know, embroidery in the future? Like, do you think you're gonna experiment with other crafts, or is crochet gonna stay with you for life?
Uh, Crochet is staying for life, but I can add like another craft. Actually, Tunisian crochet like was very intriguing to me when I saw people doing it. Like it looked so much fun. Like so many loops on the needle in the hook. It's like kind of grabbed my attention. So I think I'll give it a try soon.
I actually played with Tunisian crochet recently because there is a person I interviewed on my channel, Alexis. and she created this Tunisian crochet needle with a stopper, like she has special needle. So she sent it to me, the Tunisian crochet hook, and I was playing with it, and it's so much fun because it's almost like combination between crochet and knitting. Like it's
Yeah,
if you know
it's a
how to
mix,
crochet and
definitely.
to knit, it's like it's easy to learn Tunisian crochet.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me. Like, and the stitches look amazing. So I'm definitely gonna try it.
Well, what's on your hook right now?
Um, I don't have anything on my hook. There is many unfinished project, but like I'm not working actively in a specific project because like I don't have time. I already told you like I have an exam coming up soon. But like I'm definitely continuing the AI series. Like I think people love it. So I will turn more AI pictures into real life versions. That's my current goal.
Well, like when I think about myself, for me, knitting is my main thing. I mean, I do some amigurumi occasionally as well. Like I like playing with the different toys there. But when I started, it was just this thing that like I occasionally would do to spend time. And now it became total obsession. Like I don't think there is a day when if I don't knit for whatever reason, like I think about it, I miss it. And
Same,
it's
honestly.
probably like the first thought that enters my mind in the morning and the last thought before I fall, before I go to sleep. How much crochet means to you?
It's like my biggest hobby. Like I like when I think like when I plan my day, like I think like there is 3, 4 hours I'm gonna crochet in them. Like it's definitely on my radar. Like I wanna do this whenever I can. But like sometimes I take breaks. Like it gets sometimes boring to me, especially when I have a new idea or when I don't like have something that I'm excited about. So it gets a little boring then. But like most of the time, I'm like I want to crochet as much as possible in the available time.
Well, when you walk around, like let's say you walk through the market and you see like different fruits and vegetables, are you thinking in terms of crochet?
How to turn them into amigurumi? Yeah, definitely. I think every shape I see, I'm thinking we could turn this into amigurumi. It's like insane.
How about people? Like when you see people, is it the same thing?
Um, I actually like I got a lot of requests from people like to make their fiance doll like looking like their fiance, but I usually turn down these requests because like it's difficult to make facial features using crochet. Like it's there is not much of options to do. Like you make the eyes, you make the noise, but like you can't make facial features. So I think it would be difficult to like make the doll identifiable. Like anyone sees it, say recognize it's that person. Like I think making like an anime character or a cartoon character makes it like very recognizable. But real life people, like I haven't tried that before. Like except like if the person have a very specific characteristics, like have a weird big hair, like have like something special about them. But like average looking person would be difficult to make a doll looking like it. Or I make the same doll like for every single person that asks me. Like,
Have you ever considered doing self-portrait?
of myself. No, like no, I don't think I've considered that. I like making like characters and cartoons. That's more of my like my the things that I love doing. Like I don't do like doing realistic things. Like I prefer more like the cartoonish stuff.
Do you have some like project in mind that you don't know yet how you're gonna do it, but you're just toying with the idea, like something that you desire to make when you have time?
I wanna like dip my toes in the world of giant amigurumi. Like when I see these pictures, like super like 2 meters. A goose. I saw a very large goose the last day, like and an elephant. Like the idea of having like a very large hook and yarn is like interesting to me. Like I want to try it someday. Like I want to contrast like super tiny or super giant. I don't want to make the regular stuff.
Right. Do they sell like bulky yarn in Egypt? Can you get
I haven't looked into it, but I think yes. Like I think if I search it hard enough, I'll find it eventually.
right? Well, I'm so glad you agreed to be a guest of my channel today, and it was lovely
Thank
getting
you.
to
I'm
know
very
you.
It's such a pleasant experience, and I'm very thankful to you for giving me this opportunity. It's actually my first time doing something like this, and as you can tell, English isn't my first language, so I
It's
was a
not
little
mine
nervous the
either,
whole
so we're
time.
doing.
But I hope you understood what I was saying. That's what I wish.
You know, when I started this channel, I had a friend, because English is not my first language either. So I talked to him, and he's actually an English teacher in New York school. And I said, Steven, you know, it's not my first language. I'm making grammatical mistakes. Like, should I even try the YouTube channel? And he said, it's all part of the charm. Go for it. So, you know, welcome to this.
Yeah, I agree. When I speak in English, Murak, I always want to say Arabic words unintentionally, so I'm glad I was able to manage today without saying any Arabic word.
Well, we might learn something new. Tell us how to say goodbye in Arabic.
Okay, so there is like the formal Arabic and Egyptian Arabic. Which version do you want?
Let's go with the Egyptian.
مع السلامة.
Masalema. Well,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Abanoub. It was really nice to have you on my channel.
yeah, it was an honor. Thank you very much.